Hello, friends! Today we are learning how different animals use their parts to see. The video will stop at different times to allow you to check your understanding. When the video stops, just answer the question and the video will continue. First, let's look at our learning targets, or what you should know and be able to do by the end of today's lesson. Here they are. I can describe different eye structures that help animals to see, and I can identify some patterns in the structures of animal eyes. In our previous lessons, we learned that when we describe the structure of an animal, we are talking about its parts. Those parts each have a special job to do. We call that job its function. We learned about animal parts that help them survive in hot, cold, and dry places. Let's check your understanding. Click on the part that helps an animal to stay cool. Did you choose big ears? If so, great! Big ears allow an animal to get rid of some body heat. Now click on the part that can help an animal to stay warm. Did you choose the fur? Fur keeps body heat inside, just like a winter jacket. Now let's take a look at some animal structures that help them to see. This is an ostrich, and it lives in grasslands and deserts. About 2 inches wide, ostrich eyes are the largest of any land animal, and their eyes are even bigger than their brains. They depend on their eyesight to quickly spot predators like lions. In fact, they could easily spot a lion up to 2 miles away, giving them plenty of time to run to safety. Ostriches have long, thick eyelashes that prevent sand from getting in their eyes. They also have a third inner eyelid called a nictitating membrane, and it moves like a windshield wiper to keep their eyes clean and wet, which is important in a dry and dusty habitat. How does an ostrich's third eyelid move to keep the eyes clean? Right, it moves like a windshield wiper. The eagle also has special structures to help it see. Humans use both eyes to see things right in front of us, and both eyes move at the same time. But eagles are able to do even more. They can control both of their eyes individually, so they can see things on their sides just as well as what's in front of them. Eagles also have many more bones in the neck, and that allows them to turn their heads much farther than a human can. No wonder eagles are such incredible hunters. While the eagle uses its special eyesight to catch prey, the chameleon uses it to stay safe from predators. Being able to turn its eyes independently allows it to see danger from any direction. This goat can also see in almost any direction, but it's not because his eyes can turn around like the chameleon or the eagle. The pupils, or the black part of the goat's eyes, are rectangular instead of circular, like in humans. The rectangle shape helps them to see what's off to their sides, so it's harder for a predator to sneak up on them. Why do goats and chameleons have eyes that help them to see all around? If you said to see predators, that's right. This guitarfish is really interesting. Most animals have eyelids that close to protect the eyes. The guitarfish doesn't. Instead, it has very strong muscles attached to the back of its eyeballs. Using those muscles, it can pull its eyeballs all the way into its head to protect it from sand or other things that are on the ocean floor. That is pretty cool. Did you know that owls don't have eyeballs? Instead, they have eyes that are shaped like tubes, and they're attached to bones. That makes it impossible for them to move their eyes. Because they can't move their eyes like humans and other animals can, it has to turn its whole head to look around. Luckily, an owl's neck has twice as many bones in its neck as a human, which allows it to turn its head really far in either direction. An owl also has a third eyelid that works like a windshield wiper to keep its eyes clean and safe. Do you remember the other animal that has a third eyelid? Right, it was the ostrich. There are many different parts that help animals to see. The way those parts look, or their structure, depends on the function or job. If we look closely, we can see that there are patterns in how animal eyes are structured. For example, look at the photo of these animals. They're all nocturnal, which means they're active at night rather than the daytime. Now let's look at the animals that are active during the day. What do you notice about their eyes? Most nocturnal animals are going to have larger eyes that allow them to capture extra light. That means that when they're in the dark, they're able to see better than animals with smaller eyes. That's a pattern. Are nocturnal animal eyes usually bigger or smaller? Right, the pattern is that nocturnal animal eyes are usually bigger. Now let's look at these animal eyes and the shape of their pupils, or the black part of the eye. The animals in this group are predators, which means they hunt and eat other animals. Predators' pupils are usually round, or they have vertical slits like this. Now let's look at these animals. They're all prey, which means that they're the ones being hunted and eaten. To protect themselves, their pupils are a little different. Do you see how they're all rectangular, like the goat? That shape allows the animal to see danger from different directions. The shape of an animal's pupil is a pattern that we can observe when we're looking at different animals. Do you think that this eye belongs to a predator or prey? Right, it belongs to a predator. One more pattern is also related to predators and prey. Look at where the eyes are located on the animal's head. Do you notice that all the predators have eyes on the front of their face? That's so they can hunt. Now look at where the eyes are on prey animals. Do you see that they're on the sides of their head? Many of those animals can move their eyes individually, allowing them to see danger from different directions. Do you think that this animal is a predator or prey? Right, it belongs to an animal that has to see danger from all sides because it's prey. We're going to continue to search for patterns in our other lessons, and today's lesson is nearly over, so let's review our learning targets. Our first goal for our learning today was to describe different eye structures that help animals to see. Think of the animal eyes that we explored today. Can you describe how their structure helped the animal to see? Our second target was to identify some patterns in the structures of animal eyes. What patterns did we notice in animals that are nocturnal? How about animals that are predators or those that are prey? Click on the shape of the eyes that usually belongs to predators. Right, predators' pupils are usually round or they have a vertical slit. You've worked so hard today to learn about the function of different animal eyes and to find patterns in the natural world. In our next video, you'll learn about some patterns in how animals protect themselves. Great work today, friends. I'll see you soon.